Morning traders, and this is your Dax day trade review for today. So we have now got a second bearish signal or potential trend change signal on the daily just from price action. So we had the pin bar to start with, and now we've got a piercing bar or a piercing pattern. Piercing patterns are normally fairly significant. Okay, almost the same as an engulfing pattern. So what we're looking for now is pretty reluctant to go after anything long at the moment, and also still reluctant to chase a short. Okay, so we're pretty much back on this level here. From the bigger time frames, we're going to have to be breaking. So we've broken through that fractal, but you can see it's not below the teeth of the alligator. So it's this red line. So that's not a valid short signal. We don't really have another fractal on the higher time frames to validate that. So at this stage, it's a case of we're on the trend line, we haven't got a close below it, but we need to look for some form of confirmation before we commit to shorts. If we move across to the hour, you can see a different picture. I want to find that level there. Just try and keep the chart as clean as possible. So you can see there is a break below a fractal level, which was below the teeth of the alligator, and we've now got a crossover here as well. Okay, and not really a trend change. There's my fractal level there. It's right on the fractal level right now. So touch and go at the moment. Okay, so obviously I'd like to see a pullback, a test of the alligator, a test of a breakout. So the breakout test that I'm looking for is one of two. So it's either 12,727 or 12,736. Okay, we do have some Brexit politics going on right now, so it could very well sort of meander down to the downside. Right now, I'm still looking for confirmation, and I'm going to quickly go through the lower time frames. Nothing really here. We do have a bit of some buyers stepping in off the trend line before selling again. So nothing really to read into that right now. My fractals are very far apart at the moment as well. Okay, so looking at the 12, there are our fractals. So we are looking for a break below 12,690 for the short to continue, or a break above 12,727. And I wouldn't say that's going to drive longs. More than likely test another breakout. We've got quite a few breakouts to the upside on the lower time frames, and all of them are below the alligator. Okay, alligator is pointing down quite strongly. So on the lower time frame, this is a trend change, and we should be looking to go with a trend which is short. Okay, so this is kind of rolled over. So for me right now, I'm looking for one of two things. I think the first thing I'd be looking for is some kind of a pullback to come and test this area. Don't know if we're going to get it. If we just have a quick look at what's going on right now. Give me one sec. So the DAX futures right now is down 0.27%. Hang Seng is down 1% at the moment, and that's going to be driven by pure Chinese data as well as trade war. And the US markets are also down. The futures market is also down fairly significantly at the moment. Okay, so I do suspect short it is. That's what we're looking for. But as I say, either wait for a pullback and a retest of this area and then get some confirmation of price action before we move to the downside, because this here is a potential wise man number one. Okay, so a break, especially this one here, we did break above it, so the stop would be below, so the stop fairly close. And at this stage, 12,690, DAX futures is 12,650. So at this stage, the futures market is well below this level. Okay. So any form of pullback, I think what I'm looking for is short. Okay. Not looking to chase shorts down the bottom. I'm looking for a bit of a pullback and then get in short with a stop above the closest fractal. Okay. And we take it off the 12. You can even take it off the 5 minutes if you want to. I mean, that's kind of the level that we're going to have at the moment. Okay. So that's my view at the moment. Short it is. And this is a significant trend line change. So what I would expect is a move to the downside. Pick up one of these levels. There's a lot of congestion to the left here. Pick up one of the levels, turn around, come and test a breakout, and that's another opportunity for a short. So this area up here of 12,727 is a great area, in my opinion anyway, for another short. Okay, so that's kind of my view at the moment. Short it is. We're just looking for entries at the moment. Now, let's get across to the Ichimoku, because the Ichimoku has been warning us on the daily that we need to be careful. So we've had 2 days of, or we had 2 days of a nice rally, and then we had this consolidation with quite a wide deviation from Chikuspan, sorry, not Chikuspan, but Dickinson and Kijinson. Okay, and what we have at the moment is we are on the cloud on the hour. Okay, we do have a lot of support to the left. We know that. We have got a bearish crossover here. Chikuspan is almost through price here. So that's 2 out of 3 bearish signals. So I would expect, some kind of sort of consolidation here and then a breakthrough. The cloud is fairly thin here. So the possibility of it breaking through is fairly easy. But even if it breaks through, remember, we're looking for a retest of that break. So right now, ideally, I'm looking for a retest of this crossover, this breakout at the moment. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Okay. If we look at the 4 hour, trend is pretty strong to the upside. Look at my oscillator here. My oscillator is also indicating I need to be looking for an entry shortly. Okay. So this is a strong trend. Even though we do have this move to the downside, it is a pretty strong trend right now. Yes, we have broken this fractal and closed below it. See, there's the 4 hour fractal there. But still, you would expect whatever happens now, some kind of a pullback and then the crossover to happen. Chikuspan was also need to get through price, but this is telling me that there's a lot of support to the left. So we could have quite a deep pullback and technically the trend would still be up. Okay. The daily is also fairly telling. So we are in overbought territory right now, but Kijinson and Dickinson are pretty much in a bullish mode. So a pretty strong trend. So any pullback is, the short is going to be short-lived, excuse the pun at the moment, but that's the structure that we see right now. It's we do have this level down here, which would be awesome if we could get to 12,486, because that would give us a great area for a long. Okay, and it's kind of an area which you could get in for a long and keep a stop like 50, 60 points below, and then just anticipate pullbacks and sort of a move like that. Okay, so in other words, you come all the way down like this, then up, possibly a second test at it, then up, and then every pullback you're going to be looking for another entry to add to your long. Okay, so that's kind of the structure that we can see at the moment. But I think for now, today is looking like a fairly bearish day, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens. So short it is at this stage, keeping it on the lower time frames. Okay, so for me, it's going to be the 12 minutes, and what I'm anticipating is a pullback. Okay, so I'm expecting a bit of a deeper pullback, which would give me a trend change on the 30 to the downside. So trade with a trend. I'm just looking for some kind of confirmation. So a retest of a breakout would be perfect confirmation to get short again and then keep driving this to the downside until we get a consolidation pattern like this. Okay, pretty much going nowhere, and then we know that there's a potential second leg coming or a potential turn coming, and then you can basically map that pattern out accordingly. Okay, so for now, short it is, you're just looking for pullbacks to get in on this trade. Okay, and the only advice I can give you is keep looking left and keep picking at your target area. So every fractal area is a take profit area. Okay, especially with this congestion that's below. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. I hope it helps, and I will catch you later. Cheers for now.